Good afternoon, everyone. Breaking in to programming here, we do have a tornado warning in effect for 3 of our counties here. That is Sullivan County, northern Carter County, and about 2/3 there of central and northern Johnson County. This warning in effect about another 10 minutes or so. That is going to be valid until 2:45. But here's the area we're looking at right now. You can sort of see it right here on radar. We're looking at that heavy rain, good hail core there. Also lots of lightning. That's a good indicator for thunderstorms. Red color, and right in here, this green here. So here's our rotation right here. It's northwest of Mountain City. Good news, I think, with that last scan that just came in, it doesn't look quite as tight as maybe what we were seeing earlier, but that rotation is still certainly there. So you see the towns there on the left, Shady Valley, that is coming your way in about 5 minutes or so. That's going to be about 2:43. Harmon at 2:47. You see Willis at 3:07. This can hold together towards Silver Lake, Eureka around 3:10. Laura Bloomery about 3:15. But again, a tornado warning in effect as this storm continues to move into parts of Johnson County, and mainly northwest of Mountain City, southwest of Laura Bloomery is where we're seeing this rotation right now. Again, in that area we have circled, and I do want to show you again the reflectivity there. There it is, again, pretty easy to pick out. You do see heavy rain, you see lots of lightning, we see some hail with this as well. So here's the area that we're going to keep this close eye on here. This is drifting toward the east, maybe northeast as we put our radar into motion here. You see that storm moving into northern Johnson County, but look what's happened again over the last couple of scans. This is weakening a little bit. So that is, I think, the good news with this, but this warning still in effect for about another 8 minutes or so, 2:45. For Johnson County. I think parts of Sullivan County, Carter County were in this warning, but I think we're going to be okay as that storm continues to exit those two counties. If you are north of Mountain City, living in Johnson County, this storm is going to be coming your way here in the next maybe 10 or 15 minutes or so. I want to take a look again at the latest. So there's the latest, we call that the reflectivity mode. I want to show you the latest velocity mode there. Again, here's the rotation within this thunderstorm. Let me circle this again one more time. You see the bright red at the bottom half of that circle and sort of that grayish color, a little bit of green popping up in there. That is our rotation. So we have a rotating thunderstorm. Too early to tell if there is a confirmed tornado with this, but we want to prepare for this as if there was a tornado on the ground. So that means get inside, get away from any exterior walls, get away from the windows, maybe a closet, a bathroom, the lowest floor of a house or a building that you're in. That is where you need to go. Again, if you live in any of the towns there on the left side of the screen, Shady Valley, this storm on top of you in about another minute or two. So you should be in your safe place. Harmon, about 5 minutes coming your way, and you need to be in your safe place right now. Willis 3:04, Shingletown 3:05, Silver Lake 3:07, Damascus and Eureka 3:09, Laura Bloomery just after 3:10. The storm is pushing toward the east, maybe east-northeast, so this will affect central and northern Johnson counties. Going to really watch this rotation here carefully in the next couple of scans. Again, the rotation, the last scan or two, it looks to be, I think, weakening just a little bit, and that is good news. This warning continuing for about another 5 minutes or so. That's going to be till about 2:45 p.m. And you see that on the bottom part of your screen right now as the severe thunderstorm with a tornado warning moves into Johnson County. So again, if you are in central and northern Johnson County, safe place is where you need to go, especially if you are, again, around the Shady Valley area, around the Harmon area. Again, this storm is going to be affecting you in the near future right now. So again, that safe place is away from exterior walls, away from windows, away from really anywhere close to the outside. If you see people outside, definitely want to bring them in. Maybe shelter them for at least a few minutes here. And I want to get rid of this circle. Let's put our future track in here. The next hour or so, we'll take the storm out into the future and kind of see where it's going. So that's about 2:45 where that storm is, at least the warning is going to expire. And you can see pushing toward the Laura Bloomery area. We take this further in time, that storm pushing toward the east-northeast. And it's going to be moving again into parts of northern Johnson County. Maybe if this can hold together, could possibly move into really extreme southeastern Washington County, Virginia. No warning there yet, and that is certainly good news. But the focus right now, again, is the current situation, the severe thunderstorm with a tornado warning, and that is in Johnson County till 2:45. So we have another 5 minutes to go. Want to show you the latest again with this storm as we wait for some of the latest scans to come in. The heavy rainfall, you see some hail here. That is northwest of Mountain City, southwest of Laurel Bloomery, pretty much right around the Shady Valley area now. Not too far from Harmon, about 3-4 minutes away from you. Crangell there about 247, Sutherland 303, Willis 304, Shingletown 305. Now again, this warning just in effect for another 5 minutes or so. But if you do live in any of those towns, this storm will definitely still be strong, expecting some heavy rainfall, expecting some hail, and definitely some high winds with this storm. So even if the warning is allowed to expire in 5 minutes and isn't reissued or extended, if you live in any of those towns you see on the left there in that storm path, definitely do expect severe conditions to come your way anywhere from the next 5 minutes to maybe 10 or 15 minutes or so. Again, mainly folks in central and northern Johnson County right now. This warning does include parts of eastern Sullivan County. If you look very closely at your screen there, you do see just a little bit in that red box. But I think the bulk of what we're watching there is northwest of Mountain City, southwest of Laurel Bloomery, and this storm is pushing toward the east-northeast at around 20 miles an hour. Do see at the bottom here our VTI, that's our Viper Tornado Index. It's really not that high, only a 2.3. That's a scale out of 10. Again, I do want to show you our velocity image one more time. Here's our rotation. Here's the area that we're keeping a very close eye on. Again, like I've been saying, that rotation is northwest there of Mountain City. And it doesn't look overly impressive. There's definitely rotation within that thunderstorm, hence the tornado warning. And it's tough to tell. We really won't be able to tell right now if there is a confirmed tornado on the ground, but we need to prepare for this like there is one. Again, in central northern Johnson County, there's the town's Harmon. Right now it is 2:42. This storm will be on top of you in just 2 minutes at 2:44. Crangell another 5 minutes at 2:47. And you see Sutherland there at 3:03, Willis at 3:04, Shingletown 3:05. Again, this tornado warning valid for just a few more minutes, so we're hoping we'll be able to cancel this. But even if this warning is canceled, we want to keep a close eye on this thunderstorm due to the potential for these severe conditions to continue. High winds, heavy rain, hail, all possibilities here as this storm moves through central and northern Johnson County. Again, this tornado warning in effect till 2:45. You want to be in your safe place? That's going to be away from the windows, away from the exterior walls. And we're really hoping when the next scan comes in here, really hoping for some weakening here. Mark Reynolds is with me as well right now. It doesn't look like it's the strongest rotation, I think, Mark.
Yeah, we actually had some good rotation earlier, but it's kind of weak rotation until 2:45. But definitely we're watching that line of storms making its way through East Tennessee. You want to show the reflectivity on that too. We are still monitoring that line of shower and thunderstorm activity, so you can definitely see where that's been moving to, and that's why we're still looking at the possibility for some rotation with that, Brian.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. And just 2 minutes to go in this warning, so we're really hoping this can get canceled. Like you said, it's not as strong as what we saw earlier this afternoon, but there still is definitely rotation there within this thunderstorm. And there's what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, again, this is that line of storms we've been watching making its way through East Tennessee, Sullivan County, Washington County, Carter County. And again, as we zoom on down, that's that tornado warned area until 2:45 for parts of Sullivan County, Carter County, and also into Johnson County. And definitely watching that potential there for still some minor rotation or weak rotation, Brian. Not seeing what we saw earlier. We could back that up just a little bit and show some of the velocities we saw earlier with this storm as it was rotating through parts of Sullivan County and also coming into Johnson County as well. Just a little bit of rotation right into here. You can definitely see that red couplet, green couplet right there if we zoom in on that region. That's what we always look for in terms of tornado activity. And we had just a little bit of a couplet right there, just to the west of New Place and just to the west of Shady Valley. So that's that rotation signature we saw on Viper radar. That's the velocity we saw. And as we put this out in motion now, you can see how it's weakened considerably as it's made its way on into the Shady Valley area, south of Laurel Bloomery, into parts of Johnson County. So definitely weakening, but you have to keep in mind also, we're going up in elevation away from the radar site, Brian, so you're getting higher and higher up as we go farther away from from the Morristown National Weather Service office. So definitely watching that complex of storms. And again, you can definitely see that rotation. We'll back it up 1 second here as we had that rotation right there making its way out of eastern Sullivan County right towards Johnson County. So you can see that it's definitely weakened considerably. Still watching quite a bit of lightning going on, though, as we show you the lightning with that. And most of the lightning lightning on the back side of that. Right now, about 55 strikes of lightning just in the last 10 to 15 minutes alone. So definitely watching that potential there. So let's take it back to the radar, Brian, and we'll go back to a reflectivity. And you're definitely seeing shower and thunderstorm activity. Yes, you've got quite a bit of a cloud-to-ground lightning with that, cloud-to-cloud lightning. And again, that's a complex making its way into Johnson County. But
and
again,
Mark,
we
really
do
not a big hook I don't see here. There's maybe a little bit of appendage back here, maybe some storm inflow there, but this isn't, I would say, a textbook tornado here.
But what's interesting, if you back this up, Brian, you can actually see a little more of appendage there, just a little bit as we go back a little bit in time there, a little bit rotation.
So that's what we have
right there. There's where we're looking at that, and a pretty good hail core just north of Bieladine. That is earlier this afternoon, about 2:20. But as the storm has been progressing towards the east, it is definitely showing signs of weakening. And let's show you the hail, if there's any hail with that now. We're seeing quite a bit of lightning and reflectivity showing the heavier downpours. And yes, still a good hail core right there, maybe pea size upward to nickel size. And again, this storm, the tornado warning storm, is still lingering through parts of Johnson County. I don't know if that warning's been let go.
Looks like it has been expired.
Okay, so the tornado warning has been allowed to expire, but nonetheless, we're watching the complex of storms. You can see the hail parameter there, and definitely some very heavy rain. That's a whole line of storms that move through Sullivan County and Washington County into Carter County. It is now progressing right through Johnson County into Washington County and points eastward. So if you're in Grayson County, Washington County, Virginia, even northward to Marion, you're going to find a locally heavy downpours, and then right through Sullivan County, extreme eastern Sullivan County into Johnson, parts of Carter County, and points west and east actually into North Carolina, western North Carolina. That's what we're looking at. That whole complex of storms, again, pushing off towards the east. So that tornado warning has been expired now, Brian. That's definitely good news. We're still watching the potential, though, for very heavy rainfall. You can't rule out some gusty winds. We'll take it back one more time to the reflectivity and to the velocity just to show you as we look at more close inspection here. Right there's that complex of storms. Still watching possibly some hail there just to the south and west of Laurel Bloomery and north of the Mountain City area. But that's the reflectivity. That's where you're going to find the very heavy rainfall, some of the purples, reds, and oranges. That's the heaviest rain by far. And let's show you velocity real quickly. The signature just really weakening here, Brian. Maybe upwards of maybe 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts with that complex as it continues to roll through. So tornado warning, the good news, it's expired. We're still watching showers and thunderstorms making their way through East Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We'll definitely keep you up to date through the rest of the afternoon. For now, for Brian Walter, I'm Mark Reynolds. We'll give you an update tonight at 5 o'clock on News Channel 11.